High cholesterol is silently building up in your arteries right now, and what scientists recently discovered about reversing it naturally will completely change how you think about heart health. Cholesterol doesn't hurt, it doesn't itch, it doesn't make any noise at all. That's exactly why it's become one of the most dangerous silent threats in the modern world. While you feel completely fine, thick fatty particles called lipoproteins are quietly accumulating inside your blood vessels. They're narrowing your arteries slowly, stiffening them silently, and dramatically increasing your risk of heart attack and stroke. The terrifying part is that this happens without any warning signs whatsoever. Recent science-based studies now call high cholesterol a silent accelerator of sudden death rather than just a simple diet issue. What makes this even more shocking is that millions of people with normal weight, active lifestyles, and no obvious symptoms are walking around with dangerously high LDL cholesterol. LDL is often labeled as bad cholesterol because it sticks directly to artery walls. LDL stands for low-density lipoprotein, and to put it simply, it's like tiny delivery trucks carrying cholesterol through your bloodstream. When too many of those trucks crash into artery walls, traffic jams form, leading to serious heart disease over time. On the other hand, HDL cholesterol, known as good cholesterol, works like a cleanup crew. It picks up excess cholesterol and carries it back to the liver for disposal. But modern diets and stress-heavy lifestyles have shifted this balance in the worst possible direction. Research published in major medical journals has shown that cholesterol levels in your 30s and 40s directly predict heart events decades later. This means the damage starts far earlier than most people realize. Scientists now know that cholesterol is not just about fat intake anymore. Inflammation, insulin resistance, gut health, and food quality all play a massive role in how your body handles cholesterol at the cellular level. This is why simply cutting oil or avoiding eggs often fails completely. However, specific whole foods have been shown to actively lower LDL, raise HDL, and even stabilize existing plaques. Controlled dietary intervention studies have demonstrated cholesterol reductions comparable to low-dose medications just by adding certain foods consistently. This completely changes the conversation from restriction to strategic inclusion. If you're serious about protecting your heart and you want to see real changes in your cholesterol levels, then hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because the information I'm sharing today could literally save your life, and I don't want you to miss any of the upcoming videos where I break down exactly how to optimize your cardiovascular health naturally. Let's dive into the 5 most powerful foods that work with your biology to fix the problem naturally. Starting at number 5, legumes like lentils, chickpeas, beans, and peas. Legumes often get overlooked in cholesterol conversations, but science shows they do powerful work behind the scenes. They target cholesterol at the digestive level before it ever reaches your bloodstream. Large population studies consistently link regular legume consumption with lower LDL cholesterol and reduced cardiovascular risk. The secret lies in their unique combination of soluble fiber, plant protein, and bioactive compounds that work together. Soluble fiber is the key player here. It turns into a gel-like substance in your gut that binds to bile acids, which are made from cholesterol. This forces your body to pull more cholesterol from the blood to replace what gets excreted. This process happens every single day you eat legumes, meaning the effect is gradual but cumulative. At the same time, legumes help stabilize blood sugar, which matters because insulin spikes increase cholesterol production in the liver. By smoothing glucose levels, legumes indirectly reduce cholesterol synthesis as well. Another underrated benefit is how legumes support gut bacteria, feeding beneficial microbes that produce short-chain fatty acids. These fatty acids signal the liver to slow down cholesterol production even further. The biggest mistake people make is drowning legumes in oil or heavy sauces, which cancels out many benefits. The best approach is simple cooking methods like boiling, pressure cooking, or slow simmering with spices. Adding turmeric, cumin, garlic, and ginger provides anti-inflammatory effects without added fats. For maximum cholesterol-lowering impact, studies suggest replacing refined carbohydrates or red meat with legume-based meals at least 4 times per week. This creates a noticeable improvement within weeks rather than months. Number 4. Oats contain a specific type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This compound has been studied so extensively that health authorities around the world allow official heart health claims directly on oat packaging. Beta-glucan works by forming a thick viscous layer in the digestive tract that physically traps cholesterol and bile acids. This prevents them from being absorbed into the bloodstream, which forces the liver to pull LDL cholesterol out of circulation. Think of beta-glucan as a sponge that soaks up cholesterol before it causes trouble. Beta-glucan also slows digestion, leading to better blood sugar control, which reduces cholesterol production in the liver. Research shows that consuming just 3 grams of beta-glucan per day can significantly lower LDL cholesterol. This amount is easily achieved with a bowl of oats when prepared correctly. However, not all oat products are equal, and this is where people often go wrong. Instant flavored oats are usually stripped of fiber and loaded with added sugars. The most effective forms are steel-cut oats or old-fashioned rolled oats because they retain the fiber structure needed. Cooking oats with water or low-fat milk and topping them with fruit, nuts, or seeds enhances their effect. Adding cinnamon or flax seed further boosts cholesterol-lowering properties by improving insulin sensitivity. Eating oats in the morning has been shown to improve lipid profiles throughout the day. Number 3. Nuts such as almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and cashews. Nuts may seem counterintuitive for cholesterol because they're high in fat. But science reveals that the type of fat matters far more than the amount. Nuts are rich in unsaturated fats that actively improve cholesterol balance. These fats help lower LDL while maintaining or even increasing HDL. Nuts also contain plant sterols, which are natural compounds that closely resemble cholesterol in structure. This allows them to compete with cholesterol for absorption in the gut. In addition, nuts provide antioxidants that protect LDL particles from oxidation. This is important because oxidized LDL is far more damaging to artery walls than regular LDL. When it comes to preparation, portion control is crucial because nuts are calorie-dense. The ideal amount is a small handful per day rather than unlimited snacking. Raw or dry roasted nuts are the best options, while honey-roasted varieties reduce benefits. Walnuts stand out because they contain plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. Almonds are particularly effective at lowering LDL when eaten consistently. Research shows that people who eat nuts several times per week have lower rates of heart disease despite higher fat intake. Number 2. Fatty fish such as salmon, sardines, mackerel, and trout. Fatty fish work through a completely different mechanism than fiber-based foods. They target inflammation and lipid metabolism at the cellular level. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. Omega-3s reduce triglycerides, improve HDL cholesterol, and change the size and behavior of LDL particles. They make cholesterol less aggressive by preventing it from sticking to artery walls. Chronic inflammation is a major driver of plaque formation. Omega-3s act like internal fire extinguishers, calming the inflammatory response. Studies show that people who eat fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week have significantly lower rates of heart disease. Preparation plays a critical role because frying fish in refined oils destroys omega-3s. The most effective methods are baking, grilling, steaming, or lightly pan cooking. Pairing fish with antioxidant-rich foods like vegetables, herbs, lemon, and garlic enhances cardiovascular benefits. Canned sardines or salmon can be just as effective as fresh options when packed properly. And now, the #1 most powerful combination: oats plus plant sterols from whole plant foods. This discovery was so impactful that it reshaped clinical dietary guidelines around the world. Plant sterols are natural compounds found in vegetables, seeds, whole grains, and legumes that closely resemble cholesterol in structure. This allows them to block cholesterol absorption in the intestine with remarkable efficiency. When consumed consistently, plant sterols can reduce LDL cholesterol by up to 10% on their own. When combined with beta-glucan from oats, the effect becomes even stronger. Beta-glucan traps cholesterol and bile acids while plant sterols prevent cholesterol from entering the bloodstream. This creates a double barrier that significantly reduces LDL levels without affecting HDL. What shocked researchers was how quickly these changes occurred, with improvements seen in as little as 4 weeks. The power of this approach lies in repetition rather than intensity. This is why experts now emphasize dietary patterns rather than single nutrients. High cholesterol doesn't develop overnight, and it doesn't disappear overnight either. But the science is clear that what you eat consistently has a powerful effect on how your body manages cholesterol over time.